Each year, NFL teams are allowed to submit proposals to rule changes. And this year, we have 3 rule changes that were proposed. In order for them to pass, all proposals must be approved by 75%, 24 of the 32 owners. So here is what we have. From the Detroit Lions, they want to amend Rule 8, Section 4 to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding and illegal contact. So the way it works right now, even if it's like, say, 3rd and 20, the offense goes back to pass. There's holding on a defender, incomplete pass. Instead of it being replay 3rd down, now it's 3rd and 15. It is an automatic first down, and you're only advancing 5 yards when you needed to get 20 yards in order to get a first down. So I personally think this is a very reasonable request from the Lions. I do think that for a 5-yard penalty, not a pass interference penalty, which is, of course, like a spot foul, it is a little bit extreme. You're not going to have like holding on the offense, automatic 4th down, right? He's just back up 5 yards. I do think it's a bit extreme to have it only be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Maybe if you want it to be an automatic first down, it should be a spot foul or like a 10-yard penalty, something like that. So what do you think? Do you agree that the Lions have a legitimate point here and that this should not be a first down automatically? Or do you think myself and the Lions are off base? Let me know in the comments. Then the Green Bay Packers are proposing to amend Rule 12, Section 1 to prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who is lined up directly behind the snapper and receives the snap immediately at the snap. This is, of course, trying to legislate out the tush push. So the Eagles have been extremely successful, and they just added A.J. Dillon, so they're probably going to be even more successful at the tush push. It's been, for me, something that I always bet on Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown every week, and most weeks that pays off because of the tush push, because they're able to get between 1 and 4 yards very consistently with this lineup. Other teams are saying it's unfair. I think the unfairness might come about because, like, it's a formation that if it wasn't, a short yardage thing, I don't know if it would necessarily be legal. People can debate that. People who know the rules around formations better than I can chime in there. But I think teams are just so sick of the Eagles being so good at it and being really the only team that can do it. So they're trying to outlaw it. I don't think it's going to get outlawed. I don't think it should, but maybe if the Eagles win a couple more Super Bowls because of it, it will in the future. But let me know, do you think the Green Bay Packers are right in wanting the tush push to be taken out of the game, or do you think they're being a little bit of sore losers when it comes to having to defend the tush push? All right, finally, the Philadelphia Eagles, the team that does the tush push, has proposed to amend Rule 16, Section 1 to align the postseason and regular season overtime rules by granting both teams an opportunity to possess the ball, regardless of the outcome of the first possession, subject to a 15-minute overtime period in the regular season. So we've come a long way from how overtime was when I first started watching football, right? It was sudden death, and in the postseason just went until you had a winner. In the regular season, you had just the 15-minute quarters, but a field goal could win it. Then people were like, that's lame. If you kick a field goal, the other team should get a chance to possess the ball. They can win on a touchdown or tie it with a field goal, and then it's sudden death. Then people were like, well, if you can win on a touchdown, the other team doesn't get to touch the ball. That's also lame. And we saw in the playoffs that happened to the Bills against the Chiefs in that really epic back and forth playoff game. So for the playoffs, it was amended to be like, you score a touchdown, the other team can possess the ball, then it's sudden death. And in the regular season, the rules are still, if you score a touchdown, it's over. The other team doesn't get a chance to match it. And it's only like 10 minutes long. So like you have like more ties, I feel like now than before, just because there's like almost no time in overtime. So this would bring the overtime rules into closer alignment with the playoffs, outside of the fact that if no teams score after 15 minutes, you end the game in a tie. And I think if the players are open to this, obviously longer games in these instances, then these should do it, because like nobody wants to see a game end on a walk-off touchdown, even in the regular season, especially where you only get 17 games. They all matter so much. So I think this is a good potential amendment to the rules. Let me know what you think. Do you agree that this was a good one? And yeah, again, let me know about all of the rule changes. Chargers ones, I think is good. Packers, I don't think it's going to pass. I don't really care. Eagles, I think that's a good one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.